Hi, Aries. It's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a love reading, Aries. Yeah, we do. And I hope you guys are well. And before we begin, you can get your own free 5-minute psychic reading if you would like one. The link is below. Click on that. All the information is there. If you would like, I'm also offering private readings, and please see the About tab here on my YouTube page. Now, let's get started. So Aries, we have love here, and here's Sappho, and she kind of has a low neck sweater on here, right? Here's her wings, and she was in love. She was, and this talks about somebody who it could talk about you are loving somebody from afar, or this is maybe a love that people will not accept, possibly. Because, Sappho was from the island of, I think it's Lesboa, something like that. Not really the one in Portugal, but anyway, long story short, this is about somebody who really loves you, or you really love this person. And, I think they were mean to her or something, or, whatever, because she liked women, right? Shame on them, right? Live and let live, right? So we start here, though, is nothing ever is worth closing your heart over. Now, you have the belonging card with Janet Frame. I can feel the vulnerability in this reading. So, yeah, Janet Frame was somebody who, she just wanted to be a part of a family and belong to like something good. And she came from New Zealand, I believe. And her family, she saw two of her brothers, passed. One drowned, and I don't know what happened to the other one, but she kind of had some emotional problems, and she came to the United States, and they just wanted to they wanted to work on her brain. They wanted to remove it. Yeah, they tried to give her a lobotomy, and she ran away, and she got away. Good for her, right? But she didn't need that. She just needed love, basically, and this is belonging. So eventually she moved somewhere where she was happy. Janet Frame, yeah. And this is what I mean about a vulnerable energy in this reading, right? Yeah. And so you're thinking of closing your heart, or you feel like your heart's been closed because you don't belong to the right relationship or to the right person. I feel like you're in love with somebody that you're fantasizing about. Here's Emily Bronte, and she was. I always get her mixed up with Jane Eyre, but I think she wrote Jane Eyre. I think she did, but. This is about somebody who lives in this castle, kind of, and like there's fantasizing going on, right? And and so that's what you're doing here. You are fantasizing about somebody that you're in love with, and you're thinking, I feel like you want to belong to them or have a family with them or a close relationship. And we have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. It's next to love. So I feel like you think this person, maybe they're far away from you because it looks like you physically want to like reach out and touch them. And then we have safety, and this is the eel and the iris. And this is, about somebody who knows that they need to step into their power in order to create stability for themselves. That's really what it's about. In other words, the ball's in my court. I need to step up here if I want, if I want to either belong, or if I want to be with somebody I'm in love with, or, yeah, you can tell that you are not in this reading, that you really kind of want something you don't have. But at the same time, Aries, I just need to step into my energy or my power. And here is the confidence card. It's reversed. And it's like you might be thinking here that you're just going to bam and just walk away. And this sometimes it talks about maybe you are lacking a little bit of confidence in this reading, maybe, but it can also talk about, be careful when you when you make this decision, maybe to break it off with somebody, but don't be like reckless. And sometimes courage is seen as, it's like, recklessness is really, it can be seen as false courage. In other words, I'm just going to do this, bam, I'm not going to really think about it at all. I'm just going to jump off and do it. And sometimes we can get into trouble with that energy. And I feel like right now you look like you want to like run away from somebody or a situation. Yeah, let's see what we have for you guys. For Aries, let's see what we got. Yes, and we just had the Aries, we just came out of Aries season. And for everybody too, happy birthday in case I didn't mention that. I may not have, but Aries for everybody though, the energy for the collective is to purge things that don't belong to us anymore, that we don't feel like serve us anymore. And you are fantasizing about somebody that you're in love with. So it looks like you are not with this person. And all you need to do is step into your power and don't close your heart off. This looks like you kind of closed your heart off and said, screw it, I'll just settle for, I don't know, a humdrum life. Yeah, don't do that. No, especially for you, Aries, because you're a sign of passion. Let's see what we got. The bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. And you want change. You're like, I need change, right? Like, like I need a glass of water in the morning, something like that. Yeah. And let's see what else we have. And we're going to pull these out carefully because some of them have skin. Yeah, they do. Right? Natural skin here. The Magician and the Strength card, Aries. And the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you're in love with an earth sign here. But this talks about the same thing. It talks about having courage, stepping into your power with the Magician to create change, right? And maybe it has to do with an earth sign. We'll put these cards aside. Maybe it doesn't. That is you, the Magician. This is what I mean. Step into your natural born power, Aries. Yeah, you're a cardinal sign. This means that you guys start things, or you're assertive and you take action. It does. And not just that, you're ruled by Mars. So if somebody's bothering you, tell them, I'm going to kick your butt, get out of my way. Power and light told me to do it. Let's see, we have Ace of Swords, Seven of Pentacles for you, the Four of Wands. And so we have this card in the past, the Nine of Pentacles. Now, you cut yourself off. Maybe you have done this already. Maybe you gained your own freedom in the past, but, it looks like here what this really is is that you were thinking about being single for some of you guys. And you could be also like, gaining freedom here. You could also be like, this could have been you, like not standing so much, but enjoying financial freedom, right? Yeah. Temperance is reversed. Here she is. And let's see what else we have for you guys. We'll get one more shuffle for Aries. See what we got for Aries. The Sun card showing up here. Yeah, there's a little card on the little baby here. That's okay, right? Yeah, and let's just cover him just in case a little bit here. You could be saying, gee, you're being silly, but not really. And so, Six of Swords. Here's the Star, and for sure, we're going to put shorts and a top on her. We are. And this is in your environment. So you're inspired by something here. In your concern is to move away from something. Six of Swords, see? And you have this inspiration for somebody. Maybe it's Sagittarius, or maybe it is Aquarius with the Star. It could be a Leo over here, right? It could be another Aries or whomever, I should say. Let's see what else we have. And your hopes is the Page of Cups. And your outcome, Aries, is the World card. So there's a lot of people here who are kind of, look like they've been skinny dipping or, kind of scantily clad, if you know what I mean. And so I feel like you are fantasizing about somebody for partially for that reason, right? And yeah, you want to close out a cycle here, move away from something. And we're in this energy of purging, all of us. Purging something. It could be your daily routine. It doesn't have to be that, you're leaving your best friend out in the cold or, it doesn't always mean that. Sometimes purging is just, hey, you know what? I used to get up and, do this and that in my day, and now I go to the gym first, or now I don't pay so much attention to something, and just things like that. The Ace of Swords starts your reading. This is your overall energy. So, I feel like you want a new beginning with somebody, and what's crossing you here is what's going to happen, maybe financially, possibly. Does kind of look like that, or just what will happen if you step into your power. You're thinking about walking away from somebody, it looks like. It's somewhere in this reading, not somewhere, but the safety card or the confidence card is telling you that's fine. Whatever you want to do here is fine. But just kind of, give it a little bit of thought. Don't be too impulsive. And fire signs can be impulsive. I would know. I'm one. Wow, I like that. Bam. Okay. Let me buy that. Or, wow, she's great or he's great. Okay, wow, bam. So, we need a little bit of thought, we do, a little bit of discerning as well. And so here's the Four of Wands. I feel like you want a new beginning with somebody here, and you want something solid with them. Judgment. Yeah, we're going to cover judgment. Here's some more people here kind of, in their birthday suits. So this is a rebirth that you want with somebody. Yeah. And you're thinking about deciding this. You're like, well, I might really do this. Nine of Pentacles in the past with the Queen of Swords. So you were thinking about, looks like you were kind of discerning your own financial state here. Possibly if you step away from something, it could be. Or this is just you. If it has nothing to do with money, it may not. You definitely were thinking about your own independence here. I want to be single. Yeah, there's not that many pentacles here. There's really not. There's only 2 cards here, so maybe not. But definitely you're thinking about your independence. Here you are fantasizing about somebody you're in love with, or at least being in a relationship like where there is physical touch and love. It looks like you might, if you are in a relationship, maybe you started to close your heart off. Whatever it is, you feel like you don't belong with this person. That's what Janet framed. She goes, I don't belong here in this asylum. I'm going to run away. Yeah, they were just using her as an experiment. Yeah. Still very much done today, in case anybody's living in, in a dreamland, right? Hopefully not, you guys. Yeah. Cuidado with your body, right? And so we have temperance here. Careful, right? Temperance, and yeah, there's no digs on anybody here. No, there's not. Only support. That's right. And that's what she needed here. Janet Frame, she left a really sad situation. They were really poor in New Zealand on a farm, and she moved to the United States, and I'm not sure what happened to the rest of her family, but it was tragic. She saw two siblings die, and I feel like they lived in poverty, and so she came to the United States. I feel like she had some emotional problems just because of, if you grew up in major poverty and you saw your 2 siblings pass away, you could definitely be affected, right? And and so she came here, and I don't know if she went to get some type of emotional treatment or whatever, and they admitted her to this hospital and tried to give her a lobotomy, and she ran away. A lobotomy doesn't do anything. It removes your brain, so it makes you a vegetable entirely. So why they thought that that would work, that was just an experiment on a human being. Yes, it was. Yeah, let's not talk about that, because that is definitely human tragedy, right? We have the Temperance card here, Aries. Let's see. And what's on your mind? Maybe you feel like there's a little bit of a tragedy, though. You could, and but you're getting ready to step into your power here. You're like, you know what? Whatever, I don't belong to this. I'm going off, right? Yeah, and Temperance reversed is your mindset. Yeah, this is a lack of not emotional, but a lack of balance in your life. I feel like it is. Maybe you're thinking about a Sagittarian here, or, you could be. The Queen of Pentacles shows up with it, and maybe there's, an earth sign here, but I just feel like you are thinking about like if I step into my power, I can step into like spiritual balance or harmony and things like that. And yeah, and I feel like you feel like something's extreme in your life. Like, I want to step away from this extreme energy, right? I'm pretty sure you do. All these ladies talk about some type of extreme situation they kind of went through, all of them. And yeah, and so the Sun card in the near future. This is beautiful for you. It is. We have the Hermit. I beg your pardon, you guys. The Hermit with it. Maybe there's a Virgo here. There's a lot of potential folks here. This is spiritual evolution down here, and you are doing it, Aries, like there's clarity here. There's like an awakening or an illumination here going on here. And I feel like you are probably going through an awakening right now, and you're thinking, like, what am I going to do? I feel different. Yeah, there's like a different. And these women felt different. Janet Frame, she's like, oh God, she felt different, right? Emily Bronte with fantasy, that's kind of a different feeling where you are fantasizing about something that you want or that you don't have. Like, and love, with Sappho, she definitely felt kind of ostracized by this. I don't know, by the men in those days or whatever, right? I mean, it was a long time ago, and it's interesting because today still, it's just extreme. It's just the other way around now, right? And there was injustices in the past, but shoot, now they do them, and they say that's in the name of virtue and love. That's what they say, or it's fairness, or some wacky, some poor excuse, right? But somebody feels different here. They do, and let's see what else we have. Three of Wands. So, you know, like right here, Aries, like in the near future here, you have the Three of Wands. You're going to turn your back on the situation because of your spiritual growth and your wisdom here. Right? Yeah. You could be trying to avoid, you could be, in this reading, could be kind of trying to avoid being like Janet Frame. Like, she ran away, but she ran away with repercussions, big ones. You could, right? Like, oh, right? They were trying to do that to her, remove her brain. So, maybe somebody's a surgeon here, right? But my point about it is that you're trying to run away with the least amount of grief. I feel like you're trying to do that, or the least amount of like hassles or problems. Yeah, you want things to be kind of safer. You want this safer transition. This is in your concern with the Five of Cups. See, if you walk away from something or somebody, that it's going to bring sadness here. And I also feel like you feel some type of a regret, possibly for getting into a relationship with somebody, or going along, or maybe taking a job, or just something here that you feel regret about here. But in your concern is leaving here. You're sad too, a little bit. All right? It looks like you are. Or if you are transiting out of this or transitioning away from this person here, you know that you're going to leave kind of grief in its wake. I feel like you do. Yeah, maybe you're trying to be careful for this other person for some. The Star card in your environment with the Knight of Pentacles, Aries. So I'm not sure who these people, like, I'm not sure. Maybe you have an earth sign here in your reading. You could. But the other thing is that in your environment here is hope and inspiration. Maybe about your finances here. Let's see what else we have. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you have hope here. Maybe that your money situation will work for you. It's possible. Or that something will be kind of, something will work out here, or something will work for you that you're inspired about here. Like, you have hope in this reading. Yeah. And I feel like what it is too is that you probably know here that this card, although it sounds sad, this could be experiencing energy. You're telling yourself nothing ever is worth closing your heart over. I feel like you thought about that for a minute. You could have. The Page of Cups in your environment, Aries, we have the Six of Cups with it. So in your environment, somebody from your past that you're like, this is your hope. Okay, but that's fine. You're hoping for somebody. This is like maybe to go back to the way you lived in the past, like with some type of, with love and like in belonging. Like, you don't feel like you belong where you're at. No, I feel like there's somebody here that is on your mind though, because this man is kissing this woman's hand, and this is physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. I feel like you're longing for somebody in this reading, it looks like. And here, and here in your hopes and desire is the Page of Cups. You want to talk to this person. I feel like you do. Yeah, it looks like you want to talk to them. This is why this tender touch possibly can mean so much. Yeah, I feel like you do here, right in your hopes. Like, you want to reach out and talk to them. That's what this tender touch is, kind of. That says physical, but maybe you just want to call them for now. But this is what you want. You want to reach out to somebody here. The High Priestess, maybe it's a Piscean or a Scorpio. And in your outcome here is the World card, Aries, and showing up with the Four of Cups. Yeah, you just want, this Four of Cups is like I don't want something anymore. I'm bored with it, or it doesn't lift me. It doesn't serve me. This is a rejection here, and you're closing out a cycle. In the end, you're going to do this. I'm not sure how fast this is going to happen. This is kind of unknown here for you, Aries. Yeah. But we're going to end this reading, and this is awesome. I feel like it is because you're like in your place. You're like, I know what's good for me, and I feel like you are figuring that out. And in the past, you could have stayed in some situation here, or you could be still in it, but you're standing up for yourself. You're starting to stand in your power. You are in this reading, and you should always, right? And this is a wise reading, like you're standing in your wisdom. Here's the Hermit to back that up, right? And yeah, this is a very cool reading. There's a lot of majors in this reading. There is, yeah. And yeah, you want a new beginning with somebody. You want a new beginning in your life, because here's the Ace of Swords as your overall energy. And over here is rebirth showing up here. Oops. Can't show the little kids. They're being awakened here. Here's, rebirth here. So you want a rebirth with somebody from your past, because it's showing up here in your desire, the Six of Cups. Yes. We're going to end this reading. And was very telling. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. If you guys would like a private reading, you can always get one with me. Look at the About tab on my YouTube page here. And if you want a free psychic reading from Mystic Sense, it's the link is below in the description box. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. God bless everybody. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.